Autism at home therapies. Here are 7 DIY ideas that actually do work. And if you implement these, they can actually help you in your daily life because it's not always easy to get to a therapist. What's going on in my head? Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Ask Me World. My name is Dan. I have autism, ADHD, OCD, and dyslexia, and I make videos on this stuff daily. So if you do not want to miss out on these videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below so you see those daily videos from me. And if you're watching on Facebook, just make sure you follow this page for the same reason. Videos from moi. Okay, so autism therapy is really interesting. A lot of people either have never tried autism therapy because they don't think it could work, or that the therapy sounds a bit too far out. Maybe therapy doesn't agree with you or your culture or religion, and maybe there isn't access to therapy in your area. There's a whole host of things that could stop you actually having access to autism therapy. But I think that therapy is so interesting and so needed in certain situations. Not everyone, but I think that we could all benefit from certain types of therapies. And being a counselor myself, I think therapy is such a good thing. However, there are things that we can do at home that will help us as autistic individuals. Now, this is aimed at adults, but you can adapt this for children as well. And I think that it's so important. And as adults, we forget a lot of these things because we're adults, we don't need this type of thing, or we're adults and we don't need therapy, and I can take care of myself. And we're kind of like, we brush it off, right? But if you're an adult who is struggling with autism confidence, anxiety, and motivation, I have a free program that you can take right now for free. You can download the whole thing, go through it in your own time. It's called the Bulletproof Brain, and you can go to www.bulletproofbrain.org right now and download it for free, or the link is down below this video, or in the link in my bio if you're watching on Facebook or any other platform. Okay, so how this works, I'm going to go through 7 of the things right now so you can get all the information right now. Okay, so the first one is structured daily planning. Now, a lot of autistic individuals thrive off that structure of daily planning, but they never implement it. And it's so difficult to then think about it once you're outside of the loop. But what I would say is that use a simple daily plan. Know when you're going to wake up, when you're going to go to bed, how long you're going to work for, what meals you're going to have, when you're going to rest, when you're going to sleep, taking breaks. And if you keep this a visible, predictable calendar, or you can go onto Canva, a free app, or you can go onto Google or even ChatGPT these days and just say, hey, make me a simple daily plan for this, print it out, or put it on the background of your phone. And you have that. As long as it's visual, this will actually help you lower stress and decision-making fatigue, because decision fatigue is something that hits us really hard. That's a big autism thing. Trying to make decisions when we're already burnt out is so difficult. But if we can lower those impacts, then we can do a lot more things. I was talking about this in another video where Mark Zuckerberg would have a closet full of clothes that are just exactly the same, identical. So he'd have no decision-making for what he was going to wear in the morning. Get up, brush your teeth, have a shower, put those clothes on, go straight out the door. Because when he did that, he took away the time or the fatigue that he would make for a decision to say, oh, what am I going to wear today? Oh, this, that, and it. Get rid of it. It's superfluous. And then it made him more productive, which I think is amazing. And I think we can all benefit from that type of thing. Maybe not that extreme, unless that's what you want to do, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, so number 2 is sensory regulation setup. And this is basically creating a calm space that you can go to. Now, it's interesting, a space or a low light place or a weighted blanket, noise cancelling headphones, something that you can use before things get too overloading. Now, in your day, you're going to find a moment where you're a little bit stressed than usual. Okay, we're all kind of stressed, but you'll have a more elated stress just before you hit the mentee B. And I think that when you're close to that moment of having higher stress and high demand, weighted blanket or noise cancelling headphones. And we do this, me and my partner, because we have 5 children between us. She has 3 of her own, I have 2 of my own, but together as a blended family, bless us. We have 5 children, and it's not always easy. We have 2 autistic children. We have another difficult child, and there's a lot of difficulties within our system setup. And we're autistic ourselves. Me and my partner both have autism and ADHD, and we're both professionals. And so we have a lot of stresses in our life. But one of the things we do is we swear by the Apple headphones. These ones over here, these are the Apple AirPod Pro Max, and they're amazing. And the noise cancelling feature is outstanding. And so we put those on, and just for that few minutes, it gives us a sensory break that we desperately needed. And then it really helps. It's like a small therapy for just regulating ourselves for just a few moments, or even we can keep it on all afternoon. And so if you're interested, actually, I'll leave a link for those specific headphones down below, because they are, honestly, I swear by them. They're so good. They're probably the best purchase I've ever made. Okay, so the next one is emotional tracking routines, right? So checking in 3 times a day with yourself in the morning, the afternoon, and the evening, and write down a word of how you feel. So maybe in the morning you feel, I'm tired, I'm drained. Maybe in the middle of the day, you're like, hey, actually, I'm motivated. Maybe I'm not motivated. Maybe I'm still tired. It's so interesting because then once a day you can reflect on this. And this reflection actually improves your self-awareness and reduces a lot of shutdowns, because we have a lot of shutdowns because we're unaware of what we're actually doing or where we're going or what is causing issues. But when you see a pattern emerge, when you see that you're okay in the morning and then the afternoon happened, you can go, oh, actually, yeah, I did. I went out for ice cream and, oh man, yeah, I seen somebody I didn't really get along with. And so you'll be able to see and you'll notice triggers, which will help you in the future. It's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's amazing. So this is a really good one. And you don't have to write it down anywhere important. You can just put it on your phone, you can put it on a notepad, you can do whatever you want. It's down to you. So the next one is scripted communication with practice. I love to do this, writing short scripts for work, family, relationships with other people, appointments. And I just practice these out loud, or I have them in my phone and I can text them to people if I need to. And if you're interested, I actually have a document. You can buy a whole template of 50 pre-made scripts that I've created for you that you can literally just copy and paste for text messages and emails, if that would help you. You can get it right now. It's about $17, I think. So I'll leave a link down below so you can actually get that. And communication really helps, and also helps with lowering anxiety in real life conversation. But in terms of the in terms of the happening at the moment in time, a lot of the time we kind of fret and we worry about it. Like, oh no, what do I say? How do I do this? How do I reply to this? And then if we already have a predetermined script, if we already have a pre-made thing, it makes it a lot easier. Okay, so this is interesting, batching with time limits. And this is really good. So group small tasks into sets of maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and set a timer, and then stop when it ends, okay? Because this actually protects your energy and then prevents burnout. Because a lot of the time, we as autistic individuals will be like, okay, I'm going to do this for 20 minutes, and then maybe we won't complete the task. And then rather than just say, okay, well, I'll do that next time it comes around in my task list, I'm going to go through the task list one by one and do 20 minutes on each, and then go back and do 20 minutes on each. What it actually does is it compounds it, because you'd actually get more done in that time if you just say, okay, I didn't get this one done in 20 minutes, but I'll come back to it and finish it off. And then you do the rest. What we tend to do is we go through a list and we go, okay, this one, and this one, and then we keep doing it. We never finish it. We don't attack any of the others on the list. And then it just absolutely turns into a massive, just a nightmare. And so I would suggest that using this timer, and actually have a timer that I'm going to recommend. So this timer is the loop timer, and it was made by a neurospicy dude called Cody, an amazing guy. And he designed it for autistic ADHD people to use a timer as grown-ups as well. There's sound on or off at the back, or lower or higher. And it's amazing. 3 buttons, super sleek design, amazing loop timer. Look at that. And it's aesthetically pleasing. So it doesn't look like a childish timer. It doesn't look like anything that, it would be out of place in your house. And it's also magnetic. This thing sticks to anything magnetic. I had it on my shelf, my magnetic shelf there then. It charges by USB-C. Highly recommend checking this out. Now, if you do check it out, I have a 10% discount in the link down below or on my website. You can find me linking to Loop Timer everywhere. So definitely check out Loop Timer. Highly recommend it. It's pretty amazing. It'll help you set the times for this task thing. Okay, so the next one is interest-based productivity. And this is basically starting tasks using the strongest interest base first, and then using that as an entry point to then transition to harder tasks or stuff that you don't really like as much, to focus on for longer periods of time. And the reason this works is because if we start attacking a task of something that I'm not really interested in, and then the next one we're also not really interested in, we have no motivation build up. There's no snowball of motivation to be like, yeah, let's go. But if you start a task, something you're into, like, yeah, I like doing this, so I'll do this first and I'll do the next one. And then the harder task, you're like, look, I can do the harder tasks because I've just done the easy tasks. I've built off that momentum. I know I've completed tasks. You're getting dopamine, you're getting fulfillment feedback, and everything's kosher. I love that. Highly recommend doing this, and it's absolutely amazing. So the last one on my list here, number 7, super important, is scheduled recovery time. Now, block daily recovery. So what you need to do, and this is what I would highly recommend for everybody to do, is blocking out certain times of the day. Maybe it's in the evening, maybe it's really early in the morning, but wherever you can, put in a 5-minute for no social demands, no problem solving, no demands. You just want to have something that really chills you out. And I learned this very quickly when I used to work for an American healthcare company, and it was very demanding. I'd worked on reconciliation of financial reports, and I loved it because I was working with numbers, but also it was very demanding, high stress, high pressure, dealing with millions of pounds, so it was very, very difficult to make sure that we get it right. And so every day at lunchtime, I would eat my lunch at my desk whilst I was working, but then I would go into the archive room, which was like a big room. It was dark. Nobody went in there ever because it was just like a big room full of boxes with papers and cabinets and stuff. And I'd hide in the corner, lights would be off, completely silent, nobody in there. And I wouldn't take any devices, anything in there, and I would just sit there just to recover a little bit of me space. And that was so helpful in the recovery of the sensory issues that would really overwhelm me and come into play during my working day. Now, if you have anything to add, pop it in a comment down below. I read every single one. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.